Hello, 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 and welcome to today's campaign of the Astral Academy. How's everyone doing today? Those poor goblins, they didn't stand a chance. How's everybody doing? So I made this message during chat, and if you don't read chat and you're just lurking, that's all good and gravy. Before continuing, though, I do want to let you guys know that normally I'm like, yeah, you can dive in, you'll kind of learn things that are going on. But last week's episode of the Astral Academy was a pretty big freaking deal and a set over a just ton of events that are happening currently. If you have not watched last week's episode, please go to the YouTube channel. Please watch that episode, because you're going to come in here and you're going to get some big spoilers with things that are going on. So, you know, and yeah, this might not be the best boost. Poison, I have no influence over when that boost comes up. Twitch just decides when boosts happen, and then we just go along with it. That's not yeah. But anyways, absolutely. And yeah, anytime a stream can be boosted, I think is the best boost. Also, one final thing of note. If you are here from Goblins yesterday, welcome one, welcome all. This is a message that I'm actually going to be giving to all of the campaigns beginning for the next week or so. And I also said it over in IO. Obviously, some things happened yesterday, which are pretty awesome story-wise, and I'm very thankful that we have groups of campaigns of players that are passionate about their individuals and the stories that they want to present, and I want to make sure IO continues to be the sandbox for doing so. Sometimes there's a little bit of friendly rivalry, nothing really wrong with that, but sometimes you guys get a little overboard with it. Just FYI. So this is a friendly reminder that I will not tolerate harassment between players or campaigns, because we're all trying to tell a story here. Whether you're from one campaign or another, everyone's just here to have a good time and to entertain y'all. So just sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and yeah, that's all I want to share with that. So with that final note, I'm going to unmute my lovely Astral Academy and go from there. No one is harassing anyone. I appreciate that, Poison Tea. Message still I wanted to give to everybody. Yeah, just more. Sometimes people get a little too passionate. Doesn't necessarily have to be here or right now, right at this moment. It's just a heads up for everybody. Yeah, this is just a heads up. All right, I'm unmuting. Hello.
Hello.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
Magical, like wizards.
It's magical. We're having a good day today. Oh my gosh. Let me set this all up.
How are you, Brett? How are you?
I'm doing great. It has been a wild week, but it's been good. You guys are definitely, your characters are going to find out some stuff that has been going on over the past day or so within the world itself, within the Astral Academy. And yeah, so I think we're gonna just dive right on in there. Hold on one second. Checking a couple of things, making sure I don't have multiple. The Astral seems especially loud today. As I'm listening to the background, I'm like, oh god, maybe it's just because it's become so haunting. I think for me, it's because all the campaigns have been in the Astral for the past week or so. So all I've been hearing, I've just been trapped in this void of Astral the entire time. So I think it's finally echoing within my mind. So, guys, let's get into it. Let's dive in. A lot has happened, especially with last week. As a brief recap of what has happened, the Exodus Academy, or what you believe may be the Exodus Academy, has penetrated, or did end up breaking through over to the Astral Academy in some sort of assault. They did not get very far. With the unfortunate
That's an understatement. They did not get very far.
Not only did they not get any far, they didn't get anywhere in the end of it. But in one path. The fight led to a very quick dispatch of a student who had infiltrated the assault in an attempt to, well, you don't know why they've done it at this point in time, but it was revealed that one of the assaulters, or assaultees rather, was our young Aldoris, as the pirates that were sided with you went in for the final dispatch and the kill. Him, with a sword that can absorb the spirits and souls of his enemies, did so that he would have another soul trapped within his blade, one would assume, only to be revealed that it was in fact Aldoris, and he had died during that battle. At that point in time, there was sort of like a two-pronged, and please correct me if any of the story's wrong, there's sort of like this two-pronged objective. Try and figure out how, if there was a way to bring Al back, but also keep the Astral, or keep the Exus Academy's assault from pushing forward. In the event of doing so, Levin combined his power with Gideon to reverse time back. I believe it ended up being like 30 seconds right before the assault began. In that point in time, literally, you were able to rush in, stop the portals from opening, and sort of not like barrier cover Aldoris from coming in before it letting him in. Gideon now has this altered appearance of like a combined version of Levin, who is now since then gone, and Gideon. At that point, Tremor left the scene to focus more on his studies. A lot going on inside Tremor's heart with everything that he witnessed, everything that he heard. And Gideon has gone after him. We did a episode last week that sort of showed the direction of what that looked like. But before kind of going into that and what happens to what you guys may have found from that, I want to kind of go right into the aftermath to see what everyone else is doing after such a just a strong event that happens between the time shift, this new student that has come in with everyone else that was here at this point. So let me go ahead and get to the map. I think that is what we will do first. Who would be out there? The pirates would have gone inside at this point in time.
Oh yeah, whiskey.
And yeah, whiskey. Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, they were like, we're getting drunk, so they're off. They've went off into the mess hall. So I feel like afterwards, the only ones that would be left is Duckazon and Al at that point. So I kind of, yeah, let's go ahead and through that. What are you two? What would you two be doing with the aftermath of that? Tremor's gone back to his room. Gideon pursued.
I don't see, by the way.
Oh yeah, there's no screen. There's no screen.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out what is Al and Duckazon doing currently.
I still don't fully understand what happened.
Mm-hmm. Like,
so,
are you talking about through Duckazon or to like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Duckazon.
Okay. So to kind of
I don't think anyone explained it to Al.
Yeah, Al hasn't really gotten much of an explanation. He did get hugged by Gideon, who has a different appearance at this point in time. But Duckazon, you understand there was definitely some sort of chronological shift in the area. You have like these mixed memories of sort of fighting off against an academy,
yes.
a student being down, and then suddenly, like a dream, it didn't happen, and now you've sealed everything away. So with Duckazon and Al, and it looks like Al's kind of being left to his own devices, unless Gideon, do you say or do anything before you pursue Tremor?
I think all Gideon would have said was like, I have to go speak with Tremor. I think he needs some time.
And then you would rush over? Okay.
Yeah.
And he'd probably hear me doing something like, What just not listening to me and explaining anything.
Is this is this the first time we've seen Duckazon? Would you say Duckazon's kind of like flustered right now?
Yeah. Levin just vanished and now he's blue.
Yep. And now Duckazon is just actually actually that's the first time I know we've whipped Duckazon's sort of demeanor has been pretty neutral and tame, and now after all this is happening, this is the first time that Duckazon's just like okay, like, oh my gosh. So with everyone going in, let me see, we've got Al, we've got that. I'm gonna go ahead and move some things around, and we can at least get the scene from there, even if it ends up being like see ya and then walking away. Yeah, so at this point in time, I would say from what it sounds like, Gideon has like let me go see Tremor, I've got to make sure he's okay, rushes off. The pirates have rushed off, and at this point in time, it's Duckazon. You're looking around like, what just happened? And everyone's just kind of moving off to like try and move on with everything that's happened. And then you see a student still decorated within the robes of the assaulting academy stand behind you.
Yeah, I'd turn around and rush up to him and just, who are you?
Al, what are you doing at this point? Everyone's kind of like rushing and moving on, and then this person comes up to you.
Puts his hands up, palms flat.
I'm Outdoor Solarian, friend of Gideon. Why did they run off like that? And
why do they care about you? What use are you?
Odd question to ask me. What use am I? But in what regard? You have to be more specific with your
You are their
question.
spy?
What, Tremor and Gideon? No, I'm their friend.
Because you are their spy.
No. I'm
What
not
use do you
spying
serve
for
to
them.
them?
What use does a hamster serve to an owner? It's just a friend. I'm not owned by
You're
them.
a hamster?
No.
Make yourself a hamster.
He's a hamster.
You were on their
You're not
team?
there.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
You were on their team in some battle?
Not necessarily. No, we were schoolmates.
You assist each other.
Who are you?
I am Duckazon. I'm a graviturgist specialist here to help with the fight against Cosmakara.
No, I don't know who that is. I'm just
I
here to
don't
see
know
my
why
friends.
they care so much about you, but we're gonna find out what just
What?
happened. I'm gonna turn
Did they
around and
tell you
start
that-
walking back.
Did they say that they cared?
Oh.
Oh, the hamster. He wants validation.
No, you didn't hear that. It never gets repeated.
As Duckazon kind of like continues to just walk off back into the academy. Yeah, Al, what are you doing? Are you continuing your pleas or following silently?
Yeah, he kind of just hurries along and he's just trying to keep pace, but she's kind of walking a bit too brisk for him. So he's jogging every now and then to kind of keep up. But he'd keep kind of silent. I think he's a little intimidated. He was left with her and everyone ran off and just left him outside alone.
I'm not gonna look at him, but I'm gonna ask, you know Levin?
Briefly, the headmaster, yes.
Do you know why he's vanished?
What do you mean?
When we restarted the battle, Levin was gone.
What do you mean restarted the battle?
Oh boy. You don't remember the battle until you ended.
What do you mean until I ended?
Does Al not have any memories of the first version of the battle?
No,
You're gonna have to ask him. You're gonna have to ask him that.
Do you remember the first time you came through the portal?
Just then. And you're all acting weird.
You don't have any memory of the alternate timeline.
Nah, that's not possible. There's no way. Theoretical.
I think Gideon and Levin did something to restart the battle to save you. I just don't know what or what happened to Levin. You were killed by a pirate.
Why would there be pirates out here?
This is all so confusing.
Are you drunk? You shouldn't drink.
I don't drink.
No. Nor do I. I'll converse.
Good first. There's the first one.
Insert applause.
First.
Woo! He's back, baby.
Turn around and go inside.
Okay, follow you.
Duckazon, where do you head? Because it seems Al's going to continue following you at this point.
I think first I would head to Levin's office just because I don't know where else. That seems to be like the place where I get information.
You have Levin's office. You also have your own office that you barely use because more often than not, you're working with Levin and in the researching of Cosmicara as well as this gravity. So would you?
I'm looking for people to talk to, so I'm looking for Levin's office.
Okay. This is so. Oh my gosh! I just so. Go on. Yes, please.
As he's following, then he's gonna be like,
Where's my friends?
We're gonna find out. And they're gonna fill me in on why you're so important.
I can't believe they said I was important. I thought they'd forgotten who I was. It's probably been about 12 years.
So as Duckazon heads over through the halls, about to head over into Levin's office to try and get some information of what's going on, Al will continue to follow Duckazon. Meanwhile, during all of this, Zahani, what have you been doing the entire time? You weren't even part of the the initial meeting. So where were you, would you think, that you would be by yourself?
In my room, trying to, first of all, by myself make a new wand.
oh no, dude.
Well, you still have the wand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do have that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna be trying to charge it then.
So you're just sitting there, just like
trying to get its charges.
Yeah. For that,
has it been a full day since I?
I would say so. I would say so. Yes, but I
have
also
to do a roll first of all to see if any charges came back.
Okay.
Where is my roll beyond?
I also like the idea of like you just desperately trying to figure out how to recharge your wand. So you've just been sitting on your bed, just shaking the wand over and over until you can figure out exactly what's been happening. Ooh, 7 charges back on the wand. Very nice. Very nice.
This thing full up. I spent an entire day.
Let me see something real quick. Yeah. Characters. There's 2 Zahanis now. There's Goblin Zahani and regular Zahani. Yeah, you'd probably be in your dorms. You share it with other students as well as you're sitting on the bed, just kind of like shaking the wand back and forth over and over.
Then as I keep shaking it, I eventually am gonna, I'd say accidentally cast it as I keep trying to see if it has charges again.
Oh boy.
So I guess I'll do a roll at my bed.
Yes, sounds good. With a 37, I will read off what that happens. A lightning bolt is cast from the wand over onto the bed.
I have done it!
And the bed catches on fire.
Oh no! I run out. Oh no!
You run out?
I run out. No.
Wait, what happened? Wait, hold on. Sorry. What the frick?
I run out of the room.
Sorry. There's a twitch.
Oh God.
No, Zahani.
I mean, he would go get help. That does sound like his character.
I don't have
Yes,
anything
that's
to put this
exactly
out.
his character. It's just so stressful.
So at that point in time, as you shake the wand and try and shake, oh God, let me just go ahead and get this over here so we can have the visual. A fire has started on the bed, and Zahani has rushed off. There's a lot of fires in this village. Zahani, where would you rush off to? I would say at this
to the
point,
first person, whether it's another student, a teacher, a janitor, anything.
Let me see where you're at. Hold on one second. I gotta think.
I love everyone is more qualified than Zahani to deal with a problem. He's on our crack team of
fire.
apocalypse enders.
Let me roll. Okay. You would go ahead over to a... Let me see real quick. Jeez. You rush over to what appears to be a fire genasi.
Oh.
Oh.
Please, I need assistance. There's a fire.
He looks
Not
around.
you, though.
He looks around, looks up at his head, and he's just like, okay. And he'll go ahead and follow you at this point in time.
I will lead him right to this bed then.
All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and move over to that bed.
Can you put it out?
As he rushes over. I would say at this point in time, the fire has grown. And let me just go ahead and get some smoke going here. Yep. Yeah, he's going to be like, what happened? What happened here?
I was trying to fix my wand, and I fixed it, is the good news.
Oh, okay. All right. He holds out his hand, and at that point, he begins to try and alter the flame around to shrink it and suppress it with his natural abilities over the evocation school. Let me go ahead and make a roll here to see how successful he is. Oh, yeah, perfect. The smoke begins to clear, and the fire shrinks until eventually it is absorbed within him.
Oh, thank goodness. I would have been in a lot of trouble.
And the smoke at that point begins to clear. They look over at you. What did you do? What happened to you exactly?
Lightning came out of the stick. Wand, sorry.
He looks at the wand. He has no idea what he's looking at. Is that some sort of wand of lightning, of electricity? Maybe not cast that towards your bed.
Sometimes it makes things smell very bad.
Right.
Sometimes it makes people very small. Smaller than small, actually. They were already small.
Right. Maybe you should practice with that more. The outside.
Yes, I'm sorry. Please do not tell on me.
And he'll just walk out at that point.
Then I'm going to go out and try to find people that I know.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Let me go ahead and roll to see what are your chances of bumping into Duckazon or Al while they're out. Oh, okay. So yeah, I would say Duckazon. I don't have a hallway for this, but we can go ahead and use the theater of the mind. Duckazon, you're sort of in a panic right now, trying to get over to Levin's office, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, what's been happening, who is this person. Al, you are continuing to follow Duckazon, correct?
Yep, kind of like nervously pulling at his hands.
Okay. Do you say anything as she continues to walk down these hallways that you're not familiar with?
No, because she said she's trying to find his friend, so.
Okay.
Push it.
As you continue to walk through the hallways, I would say, Duckazon, you would spot Zahani. And Al, obviously, you don't know Zahani, so this is just a random student to you. Al, you do take notice of the fact that the Astral Archives, which was empty at one point in time, now seems to be filled with a variety of outsiders, all attuned to different elements. Githyanki and Githzari, from what you've seen before, from the village that Al was at. That this area seems to be, it seems to be more populated than it was from the little that you've explored. Because when you explored it was empty completely.
Yeah. Would the Astral Academy, would the Arcane Academy have theorized that? Or was that a total shock to them?
Oh, that there was people there?
Yeah.
They would not have received the report of there being individuals here.
Okay.
All you knew was that the leader, who was the instructor that was leading over everything, would have Melira simply told you, well, not you, but like you know what I mean, disguised you. Yeah. That she found a way, and that all that she hinted was that he exposed himself.
Okay. Then he would say,
Excuse me, Duckazon. Who are all these people?
Students, researchers.
This place was abandoned for the most part.
It is an academy.
As you continue to talk, Duckazon, are you still charging towards, like, you're not stopping at all?
Not looking at him, charging forward.
Yeah.
Well, okay. That's not really what the records would say, or my own experiences. I am in the right place, aren't I? Maybe I got in the wrong portal.
This is the Astral Academy.
Right.
And then silence falls over as Duckazon continues to charge towards Levin's office. Zahani, as you're wandering around the hallway at this point, you find and bump into Duckazon.
Zahani, where have you been?
Duck, I have fixed my wand. I need to go tell teacher.
I would love for you to be able to do so if we can find him.
Okay, then let's go. What are we waiting for?
What have you been doing the past day?
Fixing the wand. I lit my bed on flame.
Okay. I'm just kind of rolling my eyes and
Annoyed mom. Okay.
moving forward.
Just tired mom right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the most emotion you've ever seen out of Duckazon.
I love them.
Okay. All right, let me see something here. All right, I got to move a couple of things. Anything off there? You guys would eventually make it over through the lobby of Levin's office. And then I would assume this over. Yes, and ooh. Okay, perfect. I want to make sure that I'm not. All right. Feel free, Al, Zahani, and here. Yes, and Duckazon. Go ahead and place your tokens over in that general area.
I see darkness. Put my
I
stuff
found
down, but I
it.
don't see.
Okay, I will. Also, I haven't messed around with your token now, so there might be a good chance that you. No, you have vision. Okay, good, awesome. Do you still have darkness?
I can see now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so at this point in time, you would charge in. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Okay. So this has all been about. As you're like strolling through here, trying to figure out exactly what's happened. I'd say it's been about 20-30 minutes before you arrive over here. Duckazon, you continue to walk and charge forward as you're looking around at this point in time. Al, this is the first time that you've been in this room, and you just see this individual has been following you guys as well.
Hello there.
Who is there?
Levin?
Outdoor. What? No, outdoor Solarian.
Oh, hello, teacher. Oh, you are not teacher.
No.
Do you know where teacher has gone?
Which one?
Gideon!
Sort of blue with spikes on head.
You see you just hear Duckazon's voice echoing throughout the office, calling for Gideon as well as for Levin. Nothing is being responded back to at this point in time.
For anyone responsible. This is the worst case scenario for Duckazon.
Tremor!
Oh,
Egg!
I need the cut.
I believe they're looking for the headmaster. Your teacher.
Duckazon, at this point in time, you will see a small old kobold walk in as you recognize as the custodian of the academy, simply named as Rorn.
Rorn?
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
We knew Ron, didn't we?
You knew Rorn. Yeah. Yes, you did, Al. Duckazon, you would have known him in passing as he's just as the custodian and just the general, like, activity guy. Not activity guy. The, Like the doer that, you know, like go do this,
Caretaker.
get this done. Yeah, like taking care of stuff. Yeah. He'll stumble in. He'll go, Dakasan, hello. I'm looking for Levin.
Yes.
Seems the Kathosian warriors are very eager to leave, and wanted to know when he'll be reporting to their rooms.
We are also looking for Levin.
Oh,
Yes.
where did he go?
We're not sure.
Have
you seen Gideon or Tremor or Egg?
No, I haven't. I've been dealing with the Kathosian warriors. They were stuck here for quite some time. I had to shut down the simulation.
Who's he talking about?
So he's talking about the AKA the Under IO campaign. They ended the fight, and then they were just stuck in the illusion because because Levin didn't come back. So it was just like he went on the speaker, was like, "Hello, oh yeah, I'm gonna see if I can turn this off." Like it was really bad. So yeah, they really appreciate it. I didn't really get much of an instruction of how to turn off the blasted thing. But they're in their rooms now. I made sure to be diplomatic. He says that in air quotes.
Very well.
But you don't know where he is. I was really hoping we would have had like some sort of response or answer to this.
He seemed to have disappeared mid-conflict.
Oh, okay. Well, mages, I guess he'll say.
I think Gideon and Tremor seem to know more than I what has happened, but I don't know where they went.
Oh, good idea.
Can I cast Sending to Gideon?
Yes, you can. So I'm going to say, through all this, as you guys were exploring through this and everything that has happened, this would literally be... oh my god. Okay, this is the aftermath of what happened on Friday's episode. So I'm going to go ahead. I knew there was going to be a lot of stuff we were going to juggle between, because this was going to be pretty open for you guys. Gideon.
Yes.
You have just activated the inevitable, and the inevitable is now walking over to Levin's office. You hear a message of sending echo into your mind. Go ahead, Al.
Gideon, it's Aldorus Thalarian. We're in the headmaster's office, searching for you. Where are you? Respond.
Aldorus, I'm deep under the school. I'll make my way to the office. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. Stay put.
He says he'll be here in 15 minutes. We should just stay put.
Okay.
What is going on
Where
in
is he?
Dukasan's mind right now? Like, what is,
Just confusion and not being in on what's going on.
Oh. Is Levin coming back?
Is that what they said?
I didn't ask.
Why?
No, I had limited words. I mean, I still had a few left at the end, but I was more concerned. I was quite excited to hear Gideon's voice.
Who's
Can you
Gideon?
message Levin?
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Oh, wait, hold on. He'll scratch his head a little bit. Gideon. Why does that name sound so familiar? Oh, right. Yes, this is the student with the time magic. Yes, of course. Go ahead, Anel.
Okay.
Can I try and attempt to message Levin with Sending? What would happen if I did?
Okay, all right, hold on. Oh, let me think about this. Oh, that's not going to be good.
I'll post the wording.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see the mat. Yeah, I want to see what the link the sending spell, please.
Yes.
You would definitely get something back, and it would not be good. All right, so as you go ahead and send the message over to Levin, a deep cold and chill goes down your spine as if you were about to just black out right there.
Like as soon as I make the connection.
He doesn't make the connection, but
Okay.
more importantly, that's the feeling he gets back.
So I don't send the message, do I?
No, you attempt to
Okay.
send it, and that's the feeling that you get, and it just comes back as unable to be sent.
Does it burn the slot as well? Or is it
I'm
even...
gonna have you flip a coin for that. Roll a 1d2. I'll say 1 it does, 2 it doesn't.
Can you do run D2 in here?
Yeah, you can slash roll space 1d2.
Nice.
Yeah, so the slot gets burned up at that point in time as you feel the Arcana leave you.
Oh, perhaps he has some sort of, I don't know, a magical conflict with sending messages. But I gotta, I feel like something was wrong.
I'll allow you to make an Arcana check if you'd like to speculate. Excuse me.
I shall.
Woohoo!
A dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, necromancy is involved.
That's peculiar.
What?
At least in my experiences, I believe that the signals I was getting back were, that of necromantic energies.
What?
Good.
I mean, it's just wizard stuff. I mean, he shrugs, like Roran shrugs.
Tremor must be involved.
Yes, other teacher must know.
What other teacher? Your teacher, Tremor's a
Tremor,
teacher?
the other teacher, yes.
How did he achieve so much?
No, he is very wise.
How do you change so much?
Roran is going to give a sigh and just be like, all right, well, I'll tell the Cathosian warriors probably have to wait a little longer. Let me go ahead and, I don't know, get them some tea or food or something. Can someone please let me know when Levin comes back? They're very eager. If that's
I
okay.
will.
Thank you. Oh, jeez. And then you'll see Roran just walk out at that point.
Well, I could message Tremor, but right now it is exhausting. What if more of the Arcane Academy attack?
Yes, preserve your energy. We'll wait here. Do I know if there's a way I could keep an eye on that area that we were just in without leaving here?
Do you have any sort of like divination spells? Any sort of scrying spells?
No.
Then with your own ability, you do not have that power to do so.
Okay. I feel we should wait here, but I also feel someone should be keeping an eye on the area where the other academy was arriving.
Not a bad idea.
Do you know you were their infiltrator. Would they have plans to try again?
Oh, most certainly. It's all they care about.
Oh
So,
dear.
if you've managed to stop them somehow, maybe they will rethink a strategy. They're not going to rush in. Quite honestly, they didn't think you'd be this prepared.
Levin seemed to be tipped off, or he got an inkling right before it was about to happen.
Well, that's good, because hopefully they continue to underestimate him.
I'm going to sit on the steps.
Okay. So
Do
you'll
that.
be... Oh, go on.
Go
Sorry.
and fetch your teacher. Bring him back here.
Oh yes, I will go at once. I sure hope
Okay.
I know where his room is.
You
I
would
know
know.
Shane for 2 more
He knows
weeks.
where my room is. 2 weeks of getting lost.
So Zahani / Shane, I will leave up to you if you would know where Tremor's room is.
Can I make a roll for it?
Yes, you can.
Okay. We'll just do a 1d2, a yes or no.
What's yes, what's no?
2 is yes, 1 is no.
Okay, roll 1d2. Sahani's gonna get lost for half the episode. All right,
my
sounds
God.
good.
See you guys at the end.
You just roll to determine if Criken gets a roleplay today.
Everyone's gonna roleplay today, I promise. With no matter what Sahani decides, it depends on what and when. Yes.
How long? So I left Tremor. I went to go turn the big boy on. That's about 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Right? You said it's a 15-minute walk.
Yeah, we're sort of like calculating by event instead of by time because that gets a little jumbled up easily sometimes.
Okay, I just wanted to know, like, because I said I'd be back in 15. I think that once Aldoris reached out, as long as I've been away from Tremor for like at least 30 minutes, I'd stop back at his room before I go to Levin's office anyway, knowing that there's all people in there.
Okay, well, just so you know, the inevitable is just walking towards Levin's office. So would you follow the inevitable, or would you just be like, well, that's taken care of, and then go over to Tremor's?
Why did I answer that message like that?
Well, I'm leaving it up to you. Obviously, it's no pressure either way.
No, I mean, honestly, in character, I as much as Shady wants to go grab Criken, I think Gideon would leave Tremor alone right now because of how the last conversation went. So yeah, he would keep following the inevitable.
Okay. So I'd say about 25 minutes will pass at this point in time. Dipping back to Tremor real quick. I've got a lot of assumptions, but is it safe to say that now that you've been on your own, yeah, you know, let's go, even if it's brief, because I do want to see what Tremor's up to. We're jumping all over the place, but this is very fun. So Tremor, it's been about, I'd say about half an hour since Gideon has left you. The phylactery of Levin now in front of you with on the table as you continue to study. What have you been doing this past half hour? Because a lot of emotions have been stewing within you for the past couple of hours, I would say.
I mean, for him, going back to work is kind of his way of coping. And I think now with Levin in his hands, you know, after kind of the initial shock of that, he'll begin studying the phylactery. He'll try to understand
Excellent.
the properties of what is contained of Levin in here. If it's, you know, observant, if it's sentient at all, or if it's purely just an energy source. And then if it is the latter, then is there a way to tap into it? Is there a way to channel Levin into something?
Yikes.
Just looking like
of course
Soviet song kicks in and Max Muller. Comrade Tremor.
Go ahead and let's go ahead and do a sorry. For an initial analysis and study of what you potentially can do with this phylactery, give me a Arcana check.
Okay.
And also feel free to include any other spell that may be doing to assist in that, whether it be familiar bond, anything like that.
Yeah, I would have familiar bond on because I'm doing my studies. And well, okay, I actually just reinstalled Windows, so the hookup thing isn't working on Roll20, but I just rolled a 17, so that's a 24 plus the familiar bond, which is another +3 at this level. Yeah, +3. So that's
all right. So there's a couple of things that you've learned. One of the major things, of course, is the fact that this is the soul of Levin. This is what remains of him, while his physical form and body is gone at this point, and he may even be considered dead. This is probably one of the purest souls. Not like complimenting Levin, but I'm just saying, like, this is probably one of like as far as energy is concerned, this is probably one of like the most intact souls a necromancer could have. You know, when anyone dies, and if you try and like tap a soul or capture a soul, one of the things that you learn is that the soul immediately upon death will degrade. But with Levin's soul, he technically hasn't died. His form and his soul went into Gideon. And then with your rituals that you've completed, is now within this phylactery that you built. And the phylactery itself is of high quality enough to contain the soul. However, the power linked with Levin, and the reason also why like Gideon couldn't hold on to the power because his physical body couldn't handle it. You need something to construct this. So there's a couple of things that you, I think, would pick up within this time of studying and figuring out what to do. After some time, you would be able to communicate with Levin, if you so wish, to desire a spell to temporarily communicate, as you have like Ellie out here and she's able to hang out for as long as you want. You would be able to do that with Levin, just to speak and communicate, and Levin may talk back to you, speak back to you if that's something that you want. Further studies to empower your necromancy, you may even be able to call Levin's soul out for combat purposes, as you've done with Ellie. But again, it would be very limited because Levin is a very powerful being. This can go as far as to... This would be a great, after enough study, with a pure soul like this, you may even be able to figure out how to resurrect someone, or at least the beginnings of, with Levin's soul. But on the other side of that, you may even be able to use this soul to... Trying to figure out how to word this. In short,
absorb its strength.
Yes, or lichdom.
Yeah.
One of the theories of life is kind of like a Full Metal Alchemist kind of thing, where it's like it's give and take. You can't just manifest, essentially. Everything has a price. Everything has a cost. Levin's soul might be able to cover a lot of costs, is what it comes down to. But yeah, I think with that, I think that would be fair to say was that the kind of like the general information you were looking for, or was there anything else?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think even specifically knowing that Levin was kind of specialized in divination magic.
Yeah.
I think Trimmer would be curious to see if there was any way he could temporarily tap into some of that, while Levin's not materialized,
Right. You could, yeah. So over time, you may be able to like communicate with Levin if that's what you want. Or if you're looking at the other route, tap into his power for your own benefit. That is something that you would be able to look into as well. Correct. But as is said in the beginning, everything has a cost. Everything has a price. So while you're able to borrow power, sure. As you continue to like, if you're borrowing it for your own needs, there's always that risk of degradation of the spiritual power that's housed within the vessel.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, he's just researching that. I don't think he would make any attempts to leave his room at this point.
Okay. Sounds good. I wanted to do a nice little check-in on you for half hour.
Yep. Within
the world. So that's what you're doing. That is what you've learned from the phylactery that you have right there. But yeah, you continue to study. I think I'm trying to figure out what Ellie's demeanor is. I think Ellie wants to give you space. So I don't think she would interrupt at all. I think she would just be like... Yeah, she's just...
Do you think she would be like concerned about my intentions at all? Or just like trust that Tremor's like...
No, she doesn't have any doubt. I mean, she's mentioned already to you a couple of times through sign language that, hey, I believe in you. You are, you do what you need to do, and I'm here for you. But I think at that point, she's just kind of left it alone because she knows you're going through a lot and doesn't really want to like come in and get in the way and just like continue to be like, are you okay? Because she's already asked. One thing you've learned about Ellie, it's a very like, if she wants to know something, she's going to ask. And how you answer, because you're the only link she has right now, that at that point in time, she would leave it alone. You know, you're very busy with your work, and you get very. She knows you can get very passionate and wound up, not wound up, but you know, very just into it. That she wouldn't want to interrupt. So I think she's made the purpose known that, you know, with what you expressed about how Levin treated you at the end, that she believes in you, and that she'll just, it's death. You know, she's not bored. It's just this is her existence now. So she just kind of like leans against the wall and would let you do your thing. But yeah, no, she would have trust in you. There's no like warrior concern on Ellie that you might be going on a dark. It's just more of like, leave him to it. He'll find his way.
For the record, he's not interested in communicating with Levin at this point.
Of course.
I think even if he saw that there was an option for that, he would not pursue it at this
Yes,
given time.
yeah. I just wanted to let you know the options that you do have available to you,
Gotcha.
and then
Okay.
you make the choice that you want to do, and we would go from there. But yeah, there's a lot of potential in the soul depending on what your goals are going to be. Is I think where I would leave it at that point. Okay, so meanwhile, it's probably been about, I'd say, yeah, it's been about half an hour. So Duck-a-zon. Where's Zahani? Duck-a-zon. And Al. So Duck-a-zon, what are you doing? You're just kind of like sitting on the steps just waiting at this point because you said...
Yes.
Okay.
Just staring forward, kind of at the floor, slash wall. Just waiting.
Al, what would you be doing during the half hour? As the silence would fall over the office.
I'd imagine he'd be wandering around looking at everything, kind of seeing all the different changes, and kind of marveling over the Astral Academy in general. Didn't expect this.
In the office, or would he like leave the office just to go off and do his own thing?
Yeah, no, do you know what? I think you'd poke around a little bit, just kind of look at all the
like in the office
everything.
and yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so Duck-a-zon, you would definitely see like Al just looking around, like
What are you
admiring
doing?
the architecture. Yeah.
I'm just curiously looking at things. This place
Would
is
Levin
a
want
wreck
you
when
looking at his stuff?
Why? I don't know. I can't ask him, he's not here. Is it rude?
Perhaps you should wait until we are filled in.
But I suppose so. But you're not much of a conversationalist. You're not having. I thought you would, challenge me some more.
I figured you would have much information for us about the Arcane Academy, but I don't want you to have to repeat yourself, so I was going to wait until
Oh,
the others get here.
well then, what about yourself?
What about
Where
me?
do you come from?
I come from the Order of the Spire.
Is that close?
Relative to you, yes.
When I was last here, this place was run down, and Levin was alone. What brought you here?
The threat of Cosmikara. I'm gonna walk to the window where Levin, I think, once pointed at
Yeah.
Cosmikara.
It would be over there.
Follow.
Is he out there? Is it out there?
Yeah, so if you are just like pointing like to the window, Al, you would see the mountainscape that you would recall going to when you head over to that Githyanki village to gather the mushrooms so that you would be able to teleport through the over the ley line. And you would just see and recall as you see the giant silhouette of the baby that you passed by.
Oh!
Yeah, so you just see that silhouette there, just kind of like cradling and hovering there.
That's Cosmikara.
Yes.
We had a run-in before. Nasty fellow.
Quite. I'm very
Well,
hungry.
Oh, are you part of the Githrezi village down there?
Githzerai.
Githzerai. Is this a relation to the others?
Similar.
Yes. Have they been destroyed?
It appears so.
Sorry. Forgot that Al tagged.
It appears Cosmokara has, for lack of a better word, consumed their community and their environment.
Well, that's unfortunate because we thought it might just be an anomaly. Seems then it must have some sort of purpose, if not for nourishment. So, your purpose is to take that thing down?
I specialize in gravity, and it seems to have a strange orbit of its own. So I've come to focus on that. But at the same time, I would prefer if it does not consume the Astral, nor travel back to Io and consume what lies there.
Oh, yeah, well, that theorized? You think it will?
I personally cannot remember how we figured out that Cosmokara intends to go to Io, right?
Right. Levin theorized it. But it's
it was
never.
a theory of Levin's.
Yeah, but it was never actually.
It has the ability to shift planes, and the hunger seems to be never ending.
That's not good. Well, apologies that our bit of history has come up to catch us and interfered in your strategies here. Once I get Gideon and Tremor and go home, we'll be out of your skin.
We shall see.
Well, I'd like to see your magic at some point.
I will adjust his density to make him twice as heavy.
Oh.
That would be so uncomfortable. Oh my god.
Yeah. He's gonna like slowly lift his foot and like try and just like lift as high as he could.
You do have advantage on strength checks and saving throws, though.
Oh. But you feel heavy.
Yeah, and your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Oh. Feel mighty, but kind of like a moving statue.
Yes. I've increased your density.
That's incredible. Most people back home, they follow the basics. Evocation, conjuration, divination. Boring. That's exciting. Hold on.
Pulls out a quill and he opens up his little awakened spell book.
Dude, your arm
and
like,
quickly just
slowly like
bites it
lifts
in.
over as you're like so heavy while you're
Yeah,
doing
what would the effect on his handwriting be? That's a fascinating idea.
it. It literally would be like your gravity has shifted, so everything just feels heavier because you're constantly being. I would imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong. You're constantly being pulled down to the earth, so even lifting your arms would feel like you're weighing. You're wearing like heavily weighted clothing, like you're trying to lift up your arm in a weighted blanket. Is the way I would look at it. So
Right.
it would kind of be a little bit of a struggle because you're constantly fighting against what's holding you back.
As he begins to write, I will instead adjust his density so that it is halved, which would be very, I
yeah,
think,
his quill just goes straight across.
jarring.
Yeah,
to
that's
go
what I
from
thought
double
too.
to half.
Oh, getting used to it.
And the quill just gets like falls off over there.
Oh.
And then as a bonus action, he magically creates a new tiny quill in his free hand with Wizardly Quill.
Okay. Oh, that's fascinating. Perhaps we should do a study session at some point.
Perhaps. What is your specialty?
Yeah, well, it was illusion magic, but over the past month or so, I began to question a lot, so kind of specialized in scribing and trying to unlock the complications of magic in general. More of a
Right.
scholar.
I don't see much of a purpose in illusion magic.
Nor did I. I spent my whole life following it. I realized that the only illusion was my happiness at the time.
Oh. Oh, no.
Too real. We're playing D&D. Too real.
I'm glad you realized that you had a choice to move on to other things.
Thank you.
By the way, you two are free to role play for as long as you want. And just let me know when you want to advance time.
Anyone
Has
come at any point.
15 minutes gone by, or
I mean, it's everything is whenever you're talking, we're in real time. So if you were to like talk for 30 minutes, then then the event will continue on at that point.
we were told 15 minutes, so
That is correct. And then
I'm
after
gonna get concerned if it gets to 15 minutes.
after 15 minutes, that thing would have nothing happens at that point in time.
Is Gideon late?
Is that usual?
Don't you know him more than I do?
I don't know.
He
Actually-
specializes in time magic. You would think he'd be quite punctual.
What? It was evocation when I knew him.
Gideon, just so you know why you're quote unquote running late, you're just following this inevitable that is slowly lumbering through the hallways, heading over to, and it's moving at half the speed that you would normally move through. So, with that, would you remain with the inevitable until it got to its destination, or would you have been like what would Gideon do at that point? Like, you would know 15 minutes is elapsing or about to elapse.
Yeah, I think that he would still just kind of almost relish just following this thing.
Nice.
Yeah, because I mean, he's kind of questioning everything with time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of works out perfectly, or he'd just be like, eh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes has elapsed. You two have this discussion. You may continue.
No, he is, I believe, shifted to the School of Chronergy.
Fascinating. What about Tremor?
Necromancy.
Understandable.
What is Al's face at this point?
You see him kind of just looking thoughtful at the ground. And looks up and kind of nods his head. He's expecting it.
You've known them for a long time.
No, actually, you probably know them longer than I have. We met on our first day at the Arcane Academy, and within a couple of weeks, everything was pardon my language, but it all went cruddy. Just thing after thing, and I suppose we were brought together through our stress. And, well, they're the best friends I have. And Eleonora, of course, but she's safe and sound back home.
You knew them for 2 weeks?
Felt longer, but I think roughly, yes.
Fascinating. I'll just stare out at Cosmicar.
It kind of like turns over a little bit as it looks like it's all you see is like a silhouette of like a baby in utero. It looks like it's just sleeping. Does anything else happen, or do you two do anything during the next 15 minutes?
Probably just idle chit-chat and questions, but nothing like...
Yeah, Duck is
Immensely
not
perhaps.
going to incite anything.
Okay. You would hear kind of outside this sort of like heavy footsteps of some sort of construct or machinery as something is approaching the office.
Oh dear,
Just
you don't have a
watch
corpse
the door.
collector, do you?
A corpse collector.
For some reason, the Arcane Academy had one. It's awful.
Do we have corpses to collect?
Oh,
I thought all schools did.
so before you share that, Al, you do have some information that I would imagine would have kept to yourself unless you were there. And that is what the invading party was going to be. So Melira, along with a variety of, from what you understand, are students and other instructors.
Okay.
Were planning on going to the academy on the order of the headmaster. Is all they said. They were going to bring shield guardians, and Melira especially was going to bring the corpse collector
Okay.
for anything they found on the other side, so that it can imprison the spirits of the fallen.
And now
continue
he
to
hears
do it.
something that sounds like the corpse collector outside.
Yep, you hear.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think they might have come. If you don't have a corpse collector here,
No.
they're planning on sending one. They are very dangerous. We need to hide or do something.
I'll stand kind of behind the statue, watch cautiously.
Okay. Feel free to move your tokens wherever.
I was gonna roll up the rug and kind of lean over it, trench style.
Okay.
Kind of his hands ready to cast a spell.
Okay. Would you two feel that you're in a high enough stress to roll initiative?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, just for pacing.
Okay. You would see a rather large construct that is clearly not the corpse collector walk into the room. It appears to be plated in brass and gold with a sort of deep red velvet cloak draped around its shoulder. It appears half constructed as it just...
Ow! False alarm! I think.
The first thing it does as you're hiding behind this, it holds out its hand as you see arcane magics come out of it. And you will, at that point, as if a simulation was about to start, the statue and the carpets and all that, they dematerialize.
Oh.
Ow!
This thing will look straight towards you, Duckazon. At this point, Gideon, you would also arrive, following just behind it.
Yeah.
As you would witness it hold out its hand and dismiss the quote unquote illusion of the statues and the carpet.
Okay, I'm just trying to. My token's being silly. There we go.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
What is this?
This is the inevitable.
What is it?
It is a failsafe for if Levin is no longer able to run the school.
Why was that inevitable?
It would stare forward to you, Duckazon, as it's like looking. Its head kind of like turns and like peeks over corner to corner, and a voice will come out as if to make a statement.
Confirm the identity, Duckazon.
I am Duckazon.
You will be vital into the maintenance of the Academy, as well as the assault against Cosmikara. I am the inevitable. I have been activated as a failsafe for the protection of the school and to assist in the fight against Cosmikara. I am effectively the headmaster of this academy.
What does this mean for Levin?
I have only been activated upon the
What's the word?
indisposed nature or the demise of Headmaster Levin. If he is
Gideon?
incapable of running the school, then I am to be activated as the failsafe.
Gideon, explain.
You will see Gideon has, at this point, you remember seeing horns and all that coming out of his head, and he had deep blue. His skin is now a little bit more to his original skin. It's lighter now, and the horns that were there are gone. All that are left are circular scars around his head.
Gideon, what's going on? What happened back there?
The short of it is that Levin amplified my time abilities, which cost him his body, his life. He's not completely gone, but he's not here.
Why did that have to happen?
He couldn't stand seeing Aldoris die.
Why not?
It is irrelevant of the nature of Levin. What is important is we continue our battle against Cosmikara and to protect the Academy.
And then you will see the inevitable continue to walk forward as you continue your conversation.
Levin made the choice to leave us to save this boy?
That is correct.
To abandon the fight against Cosmikara?
He said he had a moment of panic. And if it helps at all, he recognized his mistake. And Gideon kind of like laughs, but...
Mistake?
Yes, mistake. Do you know how powerful Levin was?
Hold on, Jeffy. What the hell is going on here?
Sounds as if Levin sacrificed himself for a scribe.
Oh, how can you sacrifice yourself for me if I'm not dead?
Tremor. Whoa. Aldoris. When you came through the portal, that was not the first time you came through the portal. And like Gideon will hold up his hand and hold up like a clock, but then he'll quickly snuff it out. I was able to turn back time because you were killed. That's why there was only one portal when you came through. We knew you were coming simply because it had already happened.
You're that capable at time magic?
No, I'm not. If it were not for Levin's power amplifying mine, that wouldn't have happened.
So what? Why did you need to turn back time? What happened?
Well, you died. You were killed by a pirate, as ludicrous as that sounds. Tremor, there's so much to explain. Tremor, wow, you know why? Because I'm trying to lead to like,
don't you?
I do. I'm trying to lead to like, we need to go to Tremor's room.
We need to hang out with Tremor, dude.
Aldoris, there's so much to explain. I think we need to go to Tremor. We're gonna be
I sent
repeating
his
this.
students to find him.
Weren't you
Oh.
blue before? You had horns. There.
Yeah. Yes. When Levin sacrificed himself, his powers infused with my body, but my body was not capable of storing that power. So I went through a transformation, and then I'll like rub a scar on my head, a detransformation, I guess. While he was inside of me, it felt like I was being stabbed in the heart. So I went to meditate, and I met with his soul. And then we have to go to Tremor. We should go to Tremor.
Let's go and meet Tremor.
All right.
As you
All right,
begin,
let's head
as
back.
you walk out, the last thing you will see is, oh boy, how to describe this? Wires and metal begins to manifest from this construct as it literally slowly begins to reconstruct the room that it is in.
I
Lovely.
do not pay much mind to this thing.
Gideon hates this thing, so he's just gonna leave
That's fair.
for sure.
Yeah, I follow them out.
Okay, so you
Let's
are,
get to Tremors.
yeah. So you guys are going over to Tremors now.
Yeah.
we try and look for Zahani
Please
along the
find
way?
Zahani on the way.
No, so this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's in the
Zahani be
toilet,
lost like
just
right
knocking.
outside of Tremor's
You
room.
know it is. It is. You guys are gonna get over to Trevor's, and just before you knock, Sahani's gonna like walk up at that point. So he literally leaves you guys, gets lost, and then finds Trevor's, but you're already like outside the door.
Damn it.
It was literally 30 minutes.
just walking around trying to figure out what's going on. Let me go ahead and grab everyone's tokens so you guys can be outside at this point in time. You walk over to a small side of the hall, and at this point, Tremor, I'm assuming your work continues as it does. Duckazon. And as you guys are approaching the door, Zahani, you begin walking up, finally finding Tremor's room, and you will see that Duckazon and Al that you left back before is now outside the door.
I'm gonna say I didn't even find his room. I found them outside of his room.
Okay. Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I have realized I have never been to teacher's room, and then I couldn't find the other teacher's office.
Well, here's a lesson then. It's here.
Do you
Thank
know
you.
their names, honey?
Trevor and 11.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. All right, Gideon. This will be the third time that you have spoken with Tremor today.
Tremor. Yep.
So you just really missed him.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'll knock a little softer than prior. Tremor.
He'll mage hand open the door without hearing anything
Nice.
else,
Mhm.
but not
Tremor.
look towards it.
We have company. Duck, Zahani, and Aldoris are here. Oh, I just remembered. Tremor telling me not to bring Aldoris here.
Hello, Matt.
Fuck. Well,
Tremor.
hold on. This did happen. It's been a week, but this did happen like an hour ago. What would you have still brought Al back here, Gideon?
I think that not only Shady forgetting, I think that Gideon is very much just like he's out of sorts.
Lost. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like, we weren't
Yeah,
like
that's-
power gaming your character.
No, it's fine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you would. Yeah. So it happens. Continue.
Criken's computer is crashed.
Uh-oh. And what's every time
Right when we get to him, huh?
every time Criken's computer crashes, a character dies, dude. No.
Do you wanna take a quick bathroom break?
Yeah,
while
let's
his
go take a
computer
quick
restarts?
bathroom break. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. That's a really good idea. We'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll also let Criken know that. Oh, Criken, no.
That poor man has the worst luck with that.
Oh, no, dude. That's so sad. It's finally
sucks.
his time. Taking a bathroom break. Yeah, let's do a 5-minute bathroom break, guys, and then we'll come back. Good episode so far. Yo, Joe.
Hello?
I have this. Yeah, hi, hello. Well conversed. I have this apprehension. Joe?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Fuck off. I have this apprehension because I feel like you play Egg and Al so well as different characters that you as Al talking with Brizzy as Duckazon, I'm like, oh boy, I hope Brizzy and Joe get along because this is their first time they've RP'd together. I'm just like, no, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. It's so fucking weird. Al is just a completely new person. Oh, that's amazing. All right, I'm also gonna go ahead and use the restroom. So I'll be right back. I'll mute and I'll come back in 3 minutes.
Okay.
Damn it, it's just amazing. All right, guys, I'll be back. Here's the scene. If anyone comes in and says this isn't over yet, just let them know we're stepping away and we're going AFK for a bathroom break. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna play an ad for our non-subs. The Iron Man. All right. I didn't mute. So I hope there was not loud pee. Maybe there was. I don't care. I'm unmuting. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Everyone. Criken, you back? Nope. He
Heard you. He said, "Never mind. Forget it."
The sad thing is, he was just on his phone, so and it sounded clear, and we're like, "Oh, you could probably play like that." And then
He left.
Maybe he's
Criken?
just swapping.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, computer crashed and.
No, it's fine. We took a bathroom break. It was perfect.
All right.
You're fine and dandy. So
Hello, Tremor.
yeah. So I don't know if you heard. We were going over because Shady forgot you were like, hey, don't bring Al. And I was like, all right, well, does Gideon, because it's been a week, I mean, would Gideon still do that? And Gideon apparently has been not of the sort, so he totally spaced on that request to, hey, let's not bring Al just yet, and has brought Al anyways. And now everybody is here.
Okay. I think seeing everyone just crowd into the room, Tremor would kind of glare at Gideon. And then kind of slowly walk up to Al.
It's good to see you again.
Is it?
What do you mean?
He like looks around his room.
What? Perhaps we need to tidy up a little bit, but yes, until that's done.
Oh, Joe, just so you know, you're a little quiet. I don't know if you can turn your gain up or your volume a little bit.
Don't think I can. I'm turning.
No,
all the way.
so here's
I'll
the
sit
weird.
closer to the mic.
No. Here's the weird thing. Like you as Joe, your voice is perfect, but then you as
Oh, it's
Al
funny 'cause
get
Al is, like,
quiet.
very breathed in.
Yeah, he is.
That's kind of, it's an internal
Yeah, no, it's
voice
okay, it's
that we
okay.
project.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'll try and speak louder. I'll try and speak louder.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I just wanted to let you know
and
you
I'll
could keep speaking the way you used to speak. Yeah.
I'll stay up close to the mic as well.
Okay.
Of course, it's fine, Tremor.
Fine. Do you know what this is? He holds up. I'm imagining like like the fucking picture of Daniel Radcliffe holding the guns up in a bathrobe.
Yeah.
it's that, but two phylacteries. Like, do you know what these are?
You already got these scars.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Yeah, yes you can. Oh, yeah, they are You know that they are phylacteries.
Obviously, phylacter things. Hey, why have you got them?
Phylacter things. And he goes and puts them away in like a locked place.
What?
It's been a long time since we talked, Aldoris. At least for us. A lot has changed.
Only a month for me.
Yeah, you look the same.
You don't.
I know.
Life is suffering. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Well,
You guys must have some questions. Come on in and sit down, I guess. And he's gonna like move the viscera off the couch and kind of make room for everyone.
Oh yeah, hold on. There's one thing I have to put on the map that I need to know what you're gonna do with. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, that's right.
All the goblin bodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what would you be doing with this body over here? This corpse.
Man, a lot's happened in a short amount of time.
Yes,
so I
it
think he would
has.
have just begun like getting an anatomical sense of a goblin, but then distracted, of course, by everything else, and so it's just been kind of neglected in a corner.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Just double checking.
He would have cast a spell on it, so it's preserved. It's not like rotting.
Right.
But it's it's not pretty.
Al, do you respond at all to Ellie being there?
Oh yeah. He looks across and goes,
is that?
Yeah, that's Ellie. Ellie, say hi.
She will give you a wave.
Oh,
like a
to see
business
you.
wave. Yeah.
Good to see you half back.
Shall
yeah,
not-
we're working on the full back part.
I understand. You are specializing in necromancy now.
If it wasn't obvious.
No, I was stating the obvious. It was a rhetorical question, but
He's just staring at him.
I'd like you to know that despite the fact that it might have been quite a while for you and only a month for me, a lot has happened, and my thoughts on it have altered somewhat.
Kind of cocks his head at that like a bird. I didn't know Aldoris was capable of altering.
Perhaps not in 2 weeks, but a month. It's funny because it's only a little bit longer.
I got that.
Okay.
Well, you know, a lot's happened for us, and for what it's worth, I don't hold any resentment towards you. I'm okay turning over a new leaf for us.
Then that leaf shall be turned.
That's a metaphor, Al.
No, I know. I was continuing your metaphor. I didn't want to break it. You know, we were talking in metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
Shall
Staring
we
at
talk
him.
about what happened?
Oh,
I was waiting for Duck to like steer.
Thank you, Duck. Tremor will kind of redirect his attention. Yes, of course. Let's see.
I'll try to send a message of sending to Levin and
I don't
Only
think that's
receive-
necessary.
necromantic energy.
yeah.
Yes, I can explain that. Zahani, maybe you should take a seat, and, well, Duck, I don't know if... you're probably okay.
I would gladly.
He'll go and get the phylactery out. It's like glowing blue, and looks different than the other one he has, or the others he has. This here is Levin, or what's left of him.
You turned him into it?
Well,
Or like, did you kill him?
no. You know, technically, Al, you could argue you killed him with your death. Not really your fault.
Oh.
Not a nice thing to say to anyone, really.
Did Duck just turn and stare at him?
Duck's like, yep, agreed. Duck's on the same page. It doesn't matter what caused it, but it happened.
It does
and
matter.
Why?
Whose decision was it?
It was Levin's. He made his own mind up. I don't blame Gideon.
But
don't
Gideon
blame
took part as
Al.
well, right? It
Well,
was his magic as well?
Yes. In the middle of battle, Levin, Tremor called me over. I ran over. Levin grabbed me and put his hand on my head, and my time magic was amplified. But like I said, after speaking with Levin, he said he would do it again. But he understands that it was a panicked decision and not thought out. But it was his
Why
decision.
then?
Well, Levin,
Tremor will sigh. Let's just say Levin wasn't all he seemed to be.
He was the most powerful of us all.
Of course, that doesn't mean he was the most knowledgeable or thoughtful. I believe he was naive.
Perhaps not the wisest, but I would argue the most intelligent.
Right. Well, even intelligence misplaced, you know.
We still
Can cause
need
trouble.
that in the fight against Cosmokara.
I'm positively
Yes.
sorry for your loss. But quite frankly, I was dead. feel comfortable with you acting like he was so important to this, more so than my life. Perhaps he
You
was.
surely must recognize that your importance in the fight against Cosmikara and saving our world and eventually yours is minuscule compared to Levin.
I don't realize that. Why?
You think your magic and your abilities compared to Levin?
Perhaps not magically trained.
And
But-
what will you do?
I have more life experience, I believe. He was.
You're older than
Levin
Levin.
was thousands of years old.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I'll take that part back, perhaps, but.
I
Maybe
understand
I-
a fear of death is common, but you must objectively realize that Levin is far more valuable here.
Well, he's dead. Can you bring him back?
Can we undo it?
Why do we not? Excuse me. Why do we not just open up the factory and take him out?
It's not that simple, Zahani.
You said he is in there, yes?
Yes, his soul is preserved here. Unlike, well, the other side of the story is when Gideon and him combined their powers, Levin took residence in his body, and it was killing him. We had to act quick, otherwise we would have lost both of them. This way, Levin's soul is preserved, and he holds up the phylactery, while Gideon doesn't die, too.
Can we put it in, something? Can we put it in this?
And the goblin...
Ah!
Yes.
Trevor's gonna think about that for a second.
You can make an Arcana. Oh, that's a good Arcana check. With a 24, you would theorize, because of what happened to Gideon, if Gideon couldn't even house the soul of Levin, this goblin probably, unless it was more powerful than Gideon, the same thing would happen.
We need a powerful host, Zahani. I don't think this goblin was, he looks closer, higher than level 2.
Could we replace Cosmikara with Levin?
I do like the idea of, by the way, if you do want to continue on that, Tremor actually ranking bodies of potential.
Yeah. Hey, I'm down. That sounds like a fun thing for me.
Yeah. I would be okay with that.
Wait, put the soul inside of Cosmic Aura.
That's reckless even for me. I mean, look, if
I like
Cosmic
it.
Aura is a vessel, a corpse that can retain a soul, then technically it's possible, but I don't think it's, it seems to be housing something else in there.
Fair.
Hmm.
In any case, the inevitable was designed by Levin to fulfill the duties of Levin. And truthfully, when we were getting swarmed from the school back in Io, Levin was in a panic. As powerful and as wise and as aged he was, I think his emotions were ruling him more than anything.
I see that as well. It's interesting how you get to know someone and then only really have clarity on their actions once they're gone.
It is.
I'm sorry, by the way, for your loss. And I had to be the vessel and the...
It wasn't your fault, Al.
And truthfully, we all three of us wanted, well, we didn't want this, but we didn't want you to die, so. Levin's happy you're alive.
I know that must not be much to hear, Duckazan. You've lost a mentor today, and for not a good reason, I'm sure, in your eyes.
I don't understand why either of you would make that decision, even if Levin suggested it.
Well, I didn't know that.
To be honest, we
this
didn't
would
know
kill
the
him.
consequences.
Yeah.
He didn't share that with us until after the word.
Oh,
I mean, during my conversation with him, I told him that I should be the one to pay the price. But I think he had already begun his transference of power.
He was an impulsive man, blue alien.
I'm not a replacement for Levin. I understand that he sacrificed himself for my well-being, and I cannot live up to be a replacement to him, but I feel like I have a sense of honor to aid you in your mission here, and I'll try and be as best a replacement as I can.
yes, I'm sure you'll write down our discoveries very well or create an illusion to fool Cosmicara.
I love the Duckazon sass.
Me
towards
too.
all
So
this.
good.
Hold on a little tick. I am far more capable than that. You are a graviturgist. You understand the fundamentals of your magic. But I'm the person who plants the seed. You're just a branch. At one point, I'll be the most powerful wizard you've ever met.
Tremor scoffs.
You
You could
scoff
speed
now.
up that process. That'd be very helpful.
Well, how long have we got?
Well, we don't really know, do we? Looks like Gideon. Do you?
No, we don't.
Time man.
No, there's... Unfortunately, Levin didn't leave anything about that as far as time. I assume we just need to work with the same urgency with all of the warriors that are joining us. But we also need to be on guard. Al, what's going on with the organization you infiltrated?
Yes, that was only brief. I'm not a spy mastermind.
Just his glasses.
The last month has been a little bit difficult. When you left, you were presumed dead, but with the thoughts of the Astral out there, the headmaster has put quite a bit of thought and process into trying to achieve some sort of transportation here. Meanwhile, the Archmagister of the King has been killed or disappeared or assassinated. It's all very confusing. And in their stead, the headmaster was appointed temporarily the position. She is currently in one of the most powerful positions in the entirety of the kingdom. And the school has become... Well, it was always a military academy of sorts, but it's become far worse. It's a little bit more regimented. Being trained as an army for a purpose. In the past month, I have been trying to keep myself close to the headmaster enough to be trusted with some information and aid in some things, but enough that I learned about an attempt of your academy here, and that they believe they had a way through the genie room. So my plan was to spend a lot more time learning about all of the plans and strategies of them, but I couldn't risk them finding you. So I stole one of the outfits. I misplaced one of the people that was meant to go with them. And I entered with the group and pretended to be among them. They had no idea there was an academy out here. They expected Levin. They did not expect you. And now I plan to come through, warn you during the attack, if I could. But things were getting a little worse back in IO. And My father's gone missing. It's just been a little more dangerous. And I was going to come and ask you for help, but I realise you've got much bigger fish to fry.
Al, it sounds like you've been really brave. The work you've done back there, I know it wasn't easy. There was a time that I questioned your loyalties, but I think you've done a good thing coming here. I'm sorry to hear about your father.
I'm sure he's fine. I would have reached out, but I was going to send you all messages. It's just that I had to.
It's a lot of sending, yeah.
I was sending it to him. I couldn't. Something blocking it, but I couldn't reach out to him.
Well, doesn't make things much easier, but you should know, Al, the gravity, no pun intended, duck, of the situation we're dealing with here. Sorry, that was more Criken than Tremor. We believe Cosmicara, the space baby, is looking for a way to Io to consume and convert everything there. So, you're right in a way. We haven't had much time to plan our counter attack against the Academy, because it is not as important as preserving the whole world, but
Well,
there
fear
isn't.
not.
Go ahead.
Well, time works differently here, right? You have more time.
It's true. It'll take them a longer time to mount a counterattack or a secondary assault in which we can prepare even more. There also stands the potential, and he looks to Gideon, if there is any way we can convert or rally the Academy and Io to serve our purposes somehow. It seems they are ill-informed of exactly what's going on here and are simply looking to raid the school for its resources. What do you think?
Well, truthfully, I would trust you and Aldoris on that. School full of nobles that I hardly fit in with.
Nobility
You think
means
they-
nothing. I think we've
You're
learned that
better
from
than the
now.
majority of them. No one that I've ever read about has ever achieved the time magic that you have.
And Gideon kind of just like is a little stone-faced at that. Doesn't really take it as a compliment.
To be fair, Al, I don't think they would have written about it because it would have been considered that, they wouldn't have known there was a time loop. So,
No, wizards are far too arrogant. The one who cast in the first place would definitely have written about it. I
okay,
would
that's
know.
a good point.
You are exceptional, Gideon. And quite honestly, if we are to do that, we are to go up against one of the strongest wizards of our generation. And I use that generation term loosely to refer to the headmaster. Remove her, remove Malira, rally the school. It's a good strategy.
The elf
But-
we were with, she seemed to speak to that woman as if they were of a relation.
Wait, the elf?
The
Yeah, one of the
They fought
pirates.
with one of the pirates.
They recognized the elf that Al was with.
right. Yes. Okay, gotcha. Yep.
Before time reversed, she was talking of their family.
That would be a good lead to check up on.
It's a good call, Duck. If you guys think that we can turn a school of nobles against the things that they're taught as they grow up, then I don't
Well,
know. Then that could work.
I'm not saying we reverse their hardwired greed. It's more so, what's all their possessions worth if it gets consumed by a space baby?
I had one strategy in mind. Well, they're trying to aim their portals. What if we can somehow anchor them so that they appear right in front of Cosmokara?
That would be
Oh my
a
God.
slaughter.
Wow.
But also
I'd
kind of
weaken
funny.
it. The ones that they're sending, they're worth slaughtering. I do
You
not
say
say
they're
that
students?
lightly.
And you
No,
were one
not
of them.
really. No, I
What if your
infiltrated.
other friend decided to infiltrate just like you did?
Yeah, what of Eleonora? Have you been
She
in
wouldn't do
touch
it
with
that
her?
way. Mm-hmm. Yes, we've been close, but avoiding one another as much as possible to outside of other activities. She is kept popular. She's an exemplary student that is following in her parents' footsteps. She has to be far more careful than I did. But everyone likes Eleanor. She's easy to get on with.
Do you think she could rally some of the nobles to our cause
I believe
if
she
we
could.
oust the headmaster?
Absolutely.
Well, we have time. I think we should consider diverting the portals to Cosmokora. I'm sure there's a spell we could use to do that.
Indeed. The people coming through aren't simple students. These
You're-
are an elite force.
What if Cosmokara can reverse the portals themselves, though? Then we're just giving it a shortcut.
Hmm.
I don't
That's
think
potentially.
it struggles to move around.
I would struggle to move around if I was that large.
I believe
smiles
they
at
already
himself.
have the ability to appear wherever they like.
Well, then why aren't they here now? Truth of it is, I think Levin was sheltering us. Didn't share all that he knew. And now we're just kind of guessing.
If only there was some way we could talk to him. Gideon says, and he looks over at Ellie.
Well, Termer will kind of like walk away a little bit, like just kind of pace. Technically, I think I can reach out to him.
This is imperative.
Look, I don't really want to talk to him right now. You know, he's like, he fucked up big time.
Are you going to let your emotions get in the way of Cosmokara?
Tremor will kind of think on that. I guess
Tremor, could you
you have a
go
point.
ahead.
That is what he did. I guess I should be better than him.
But do not lose touch of your emotions entirely.
Okay.
What I mean is, rationality without emotion is not often a good cause,
Why not?
because we need empathy, we need feeling, we need to understand one another. We need to care about our actions, and fueled by
As long as
passion
you
is...
care about what is best for everyone. Getting attached to individuals is only going to hurt more people in the long run.
Sounds inhuman not to be, though.
You have changed, Al.
I am not human.
Looks at Duck and just kind of nods his head.
Well conversed.
Welcome back. Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Duck, so you weren't attached to Levin.
Not personally, no. He is only of great importance to our battle against Cosmokara, as he is so much more powerful than each of us.
Understood. Well, Tremor, when would you want to reach out to Levin? And if you didn't want to speak to him, is there any way Duck could, considering I feel like they have a lot to say? you might as well.
It's a good question, Brett. Would I be able to give someone else the ability to talk
Well,
to the Black Tree, or is it?
go ahead
more
and make an
necromancy?
go ahead and make an Arcana check. These are good rolls. These are good rolls.
Nice.
You can use your necromancy to commune with Levin and have a short conversation, even though it would be quite a bit of a strain, magically speaking, because of the powerful soul that Levin is. However, to have someone else talk, it would be possible, but it would be the next step outside of outside of that. So you'd be able to commune with him, but you're like, I want someone else to talk. That's gonna be.
I'd have to work towards that.
Yeah, it'd be necromancy with divination, which means you'd have to, and also resort into working with either other mages or going into divination yourself. Yeah, it would be more of an effort. It's already going to be an effort to just to talk to him now. So I mean, yeah.
I think Trevor would share that. For now, I think it's only in my power that I would be able to communicate, but in the future, I might be able to project their words and thoughts.
What's most important is you know what conversation to have.
True.
I do not need to speak to him myself.
Well, what of it then? What are the most pressing matters we need to glean from him?
Well, if he was
Next
hiding
step.
anything about Cosmicora,
Yes.
As you said, if he was sheltering us from information.
Right. He looks to Zahani to see if he's got any.
I have a question too. Who is this?
Oh no. Zahani, that's Al. He
Hello there.
was a classmate of Gideon and I's back on IO.
Back on where?
Where
Our
we grew up. Went to school.
Okay.
He came through a portal with an invading force. I think you were asleep at the time. We killed him, and then Gideon reset time, losing Levin. Now he's here.
You kill, but then time?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you caught up?
I understand all of it.
Zahani runs to the nearest window and jumps out of it.
Zahani, I know this is a lot, and you were kind of thrown into this. So, I don't want to make the same mistakes as Levin. If you need more help, you can ask me. I'll do my best.
Thank you, teacher.
Now, go study.
Okay. I just go right here because it's the nearest place that looks like studying.
Nice.
Tremor smiles himself like, did it. That's how it's done. That's the secret.
This
I
shit's
think I cracked the
easy.
code.
Headmaster Tremor.
Okay, well, should I talk with Levin now, or
If you have
Gideon
the
looks at
ability.
else?
Yeah.
Okay, here I go.
We need
Just-
to know about next steps.
So just so you know, trying to communicate with Levin will take some time. It's not something that you'd be able to do right now. If that is the next thing you would like to try and learn, it will take time, but you would be able to do it. But there would be a bit of a time skip.
Okay.
1 week specifically.
Oof. Okay.
Wow.
Personally, Tremor is less interested in that than he is the other things he
Yes.
had
Yes.
identified, but he knows the importance of the mission, so I think he'd
It'd be a very troubling week, you would say.
yeah, I mean, he knows it's important.
Yeah.
I look out of character. I know some of the stuff that's been going on in the academy. I don't know
Well, so
how that would come
I
to
don't.
our
Well-
attention.
First, I don't want to end this scene if there's still more that needs to be said. But what
Right.
would you all be doing at this very moment?
I think Tremor would agree to spend the next week trying to communicate with Levin and
Mm-hmm.
getting more in tune with the phylactery.
Okay.
In terms of mission, like, okay, I got a couple things.
Yes, yeah, please.
We had a couple missions still that we were planning to undertake before this all happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
These were the last things Levin had issued to us. Do you think we should still attempt these or wait to have more information?
I'm not sure even to how to when he was the one who transported us to all of these locations and knew what we were looking for.
Well, what of this new headmaster, Gideon? He looks to you called it what, inevitable?
Yes, Levin said that it should just fill the roles, so perhaps it already has all the information that Levin had for us.
Construct can teleport us?
It seemed quite powerful when it walked into the room, so I don't think Levin would have left us with a half-baked cake.
Weird analogy, but okay.
Miss Cake.
It will be very important that that construct can teleport us and run the illusion
Well,
simulation.
why don't we start there? Let's go see this thing and understand what it's capable of.
Zahani,
Probably
do
a
you
good
want to meet a
idea.
robot?
Yes?
Zahani, cease your studying. Now is not the time.
I throw the book down. What was I
Actually
reading?
read
What would
any
be there,
words?
Kraken?
It would probably be like,
Notes on the Goblin Anatomy,
book.
I would assume.
Yeah, I think it would be Goblin Anatomy. So a lot of gross stuff.
So just as a shorthand, it's just so we're not jumping between maps and feeling like we're wasting people's time, you would return to the lobby to see a small. I think I could just drag out what it would look out here. But you would see this small sort of like orb guarding the area.
Is this inevitable? You look to Gideon. It's smaller than I expected.
No, that's not the inevitable. I don't know what that is.
It would state,
The students, please wait just a day. We're getting things ready. We need to assess everything that's happened. Come back tomorrow.
I'd push past him.
oh, okay. Well, in that case, we continue on.
Please not with the school property.
But it actually would hold off at this point. Okay, so in the matter of hours, if Tremor pushes past, are the rest of you pushing past as well?
Yes, I follow teacher.
I would like to see if I can assess what this thing is that just spoke to us.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Okay, since things are happening, I will.
We
Oh,
are
yeah.
rolling so well.
This is good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's actually
This
crazy.
is better
All
than
over 20.
Does this thing look like the thing we fought when we first came to Academy?
It has similar traits, but no.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll have you. Yeah, I'll see. So you guys will be over here. This is what it looks like, and yeah, you would go ahead and assess it. Duck as it's not a construct that you're familiar with. It's something that has been freshly created and designed. But
Seemed like it was speaking with a proper consciousness.
yeah. It's emulating. It seems to be emulating communication, but does it ever so? It does things weird. Yes, chat. The other guy was there. I didn't clear the tokens. Theater of the mind. Woo. So, but yes, it is attempting to speak as if it was not a automaton with programmed responses. You also do note that it has it does seem to have magic to it, that it seems to have some arcana attached. But yeah, so you would shove by, and so yeah, Tremor, you can literally be over here at this point. The robot would let you. It'd just be like,
Oh, but I don't believe the headmaster is ready.
Teacher's so fast.
I suppose. Well, please let Master Gideon know that it may not be ready yet.
I will speak to the eye.
Yep, feel free to drag your token out here. You can go ahead and do that. By the way, he did call you Gideon. That wasn't a misspeak.
You called me Gideon?
Yes, as you shoved by.
His face would sour, but he wouldn't stop to correct it.
Is the inevitable not ready to function?
It is not at its optimal level to provide the sufficient information. However, it can try and gauge and assist you now if it is so desperate of a rush. Our headmaster...
It is downloading information?
It is trying to assess what needs to be done to fight off against Cosmikara, as well as
I
protect...
turn and walk in.
Oh, okay, Arcane Master.
Arc Headmaster. Wow, we got all these titles.
Oh.
Takasaki, when you hear that name, are you just like, what?
A tiny bit of an eyebrow goes up, but that's it.
Okay. You all will enter into a in a matter of hours, a very changed room that seems ill familiar to what you were at before.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
That is changed. Death Star.
That is a different thing. Go ahead and put your tokens right over here. Thank you.
Tremor would look to Gideon and be like, what did you do?
I listened to Levin.
Al, I can go ahead and drag you out if you'd like.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I was... I don't know if I was doing mine.
Oh, you're good.
So,
Yeah,
I-
Tremor would
I've
approach.
been informed of your arrival. Enter.
Are you the inevitable?
That is correct. And you are the students of the Academy that Levin has put so much trust into.
It would seem so.
Processing.
What is your relation to Levin?
I was discovered by Levin once a long time ago. I've been placed here in the interim, whether Levin be absent or no longer amongst us. The reason that has been inputted is the demise of Levin.
It's a lot of trust that he put into something he found. Tremor does not realize the irony of that statement, considering that is literally what happened to them.
Who originally constructed you?
Those files have since been purged from my database. I was discovered by Levin 127 years ago, in Io years.
Staring out to, it kind of like his head turns over to the IO individuals.
Where?
Processing. Accessing database. Coordinates -36. 3752. 17.
I have no idea what
37.
that means, do I?
No, he's just saying numbers at this point. You have no idea what it means.
Oh dear.
I'm
What are your
still
capabilities?
analyzing everything that's happened up to this point. Levin has only inputted so much. I know that my purpose here is to assist the destruction of Cosmikara and the protection of the school. I have
How
assessed
can you
an
assist?
attack.
What are your capabilities?
I have the ability to create illusionary battles of Cosmikara. However, I have deemed this irrelevant.
Why?
God. here we go.
Mortals think with emotion, and thus their judgment is fueled by such. It is best left that these decisions are left to me of what we need to conquer against Cosmikara.
If you can run simulations and figure out what methods would lead to the most valuable outcome, I can understand that.
I'm glad that we are in an agreement.
Are you saying you're going to run the simulations yourself?
That is correct.
How does that help
sounds
us?
a lot more efficient to me.
You
We
should
can
be
hope for
preparing
everything.
yourself. Time is limited against this individual known as Cosmikara. You should focus on empowering yourself, while I concern myself in the weak points of Cosmikara.
This sounds perfect.
How do
You're
we
the
trust
one they call
you know what
Tremor.
we're doing?
Correct.
Yes.
Necromancer. Processing. Safeguard removed. It is deemed necessary with the state of Cosmikara, this information be given to you. Levin lock 6732 removed. Cave of Necrona. Information unlocked.
Go on.
Processing. Scanning through files.
You'll hear a speaker emanate from the chest.
Inevitable. Please be sure to safeguard this information from the individual known as Tremor. In the event of my demise, a psychological test must be taken, as well as a test of capabilities before the Cave of Necrona be revealed to him.
This is irrelevant.
Tremor's doing the Arthur thing where he's got his hand all bunched up.
Processing file.
Tremor, if you are hearing this and attempting to access this file, please understand that I'm doing this for your own protection. There is a lot that you do not understand.
File deleted. Irrelevant.
Cave of Necrona is irrelevant.
Incorrect. Message to Tremor. Irrelevant.
Oh. What is the Cave of Necrona?
Accessing data on the Cave of Necrona. The only successful recorded data of a lich being created was within the Cave of Necrona. Theory and rumored that Necrona was able to conquer death and alter life, but at a cost. A fable once told if Yankee children. There is belief that there are power to this fable, with an actual location of the cave selected.
Which plane is it located on?
Right here, within the astral veil. It is
Did Levin
vital.
believe
Continue.
Levin believed this had relevance to what aspect of Cosmikara?
Let me see how he responds.
What Levin believed is irrelevant. If you are to be the warriors capable of fighting off against Cosmikara, every weapon, every power, anything that would benefit you is vital and imperative at any cost and at any risk.
You know, you speak a lot about what Levin believed in being irrelevant, yet he believes in your abilities to run the school. Process that.
He does.
Gideon walks out.
Oh, okay. He's just leaving.
That's
Yeah.
he just says process that in a choked
Yeah.
up voice and leaves.
Yeah.
Process that. You sound like Tremor.
What Levin believed and felt and thought is irrelevant. What matters is that the defeat of Cosmikara, the protection of the planet of Io, along with its astral veil, and the protection of the school. I request information on the attack that has happened today.
Check logs for information on Aldoris. And Tremor will kind of motion for Aldoris to join them, standing up here.
Processing. Aldoris, student of the Exodus Academy, visited the once Astral Archives.
Gives a date. It equates to like around a year ago.
Is this Aldoris?
Confirmed.
We'll look over at Duckason.
As the assistant headmaster, would you like to register Aldoris as a warrior against Cosmikara?
Would you consider yourself such, Aldoris?
Your mentor gave his life for mine. I don't technically owe him anything, but I feel like I owe you something. So yes.
Yes.
Aldoris has been registered. Aldoris is a wizard, correct?
Correct.
I request us.
Request. You ever say a word and you're like, that doesn't sound like a real world? That literally just happened to be in my brain. Hold on, sorry.
May I request something from Aldoris to emulate and fully understand and see his capabilities?
What would you like?
A brief, tiny sample of brain matter.
No way!
It will be painless.
No, I'll give you a urine sample next time I have to use it.
Urine sample is irrelevant.
Not too bad.
To better expand my capabilities, a diminutive amount of brain matter from a wizard will suffice.
Find a different one. This brain is all mine.
Very well.
His head will jerk over to Tremor. Tremor, what do you, Uh-oh. Did he crash again?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did you hear what he said?
He wants my brain matter?
He turned his head over because he wants a sample of brain matter. He was trying to get it from Al, and now he's looking over to you.
What for?
To better assess the ability of wizards, and to further expand my potential to fight against Cosmikara and protect against the school.
If you're here to help us, why do you need to know what our current capabilities are?
Data can only tell me so much, and the more data I have, the more effective I can be. It is a request, not a requirement.
I'm not
How
sure
exactly
that
do you
all-
plan to harvest brain matter?
He will extend out a finger as a very, you can see the shine of a very thin needle emerges out of it.
It would not cripple you in any way. You are capable warriors against Cosmikara, and thus it is very important that your power integrity is maintained.
Could I make an insight check on the robot?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I think Trevor would too.
24. Wait, oh, it didn't go.
I was
12.
looking.
Damn.
I was like 12. What?
Well,
Let's see. Well, Duck is on. It. Tremor, I would say over this interaction that it is doing whatever it can to facilitate. Okay, so you could tell from this interaction that this construct, the inevitable, is doing whatever it can to fulfill out its objectives, which is the defeat of Cosmikara and to protect the school. You're quickly realizing that means this inevitable will do whatever it takes at the most effective way by asking for brain matter, quote unquote, without even taking into account the fact that, or any pain that might be done, is irrelevant to this inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Its only purpose is to defeat Cosmikara and to protect the Astral Academy.
Inevitable, you won't be receiving such matter until you can provide an adequate explanation for the purpose of it and how it'll help the cause.
Processing. Very well. I require material of a variety of...
What is a better word for classes? Professions? A variety of gifts? Of talented individuals?
Of a variety of talented individuals. The better that I can analyze them, the more effective I can be at protecting it against Cosmikara and the defending of the school. The more that I understand how a fighter is able to fight, how a barbarian can harness its anger, but empower themselves, how a wizard can manifest spells through words, how a sorcerer has the innate ability of being a magical being. The more that I learn, the more that I can become more effective with my duties. This is the direct way to do it.
Are you speaking of your own personal strengths? You wish to take upon their knowledge and add to your own power?
That is correct.
We'll discuss your proposition and get back to you.
Levin trusted this thing wholeheartedly.
Levin trusted a lot of things. Look at Duckazon.
But in a more lucid, less emotional state, he trusted this thing.
It's true. This doesn't seem to be an emotional connection like he had with the others. Unless. What's the inevitable?
You take a sample, it will not affect the being's well-being or powers in any way.
That is correct. You are part of the school, and thus under the protection of the inevitable system.
You may take a sample of my brain.
Shit.
This is adequate.
Tremor will look to Duckazon with kind of like a, really? This seems brash in his mind.
He said
Step
it is
forward.
painless and it will not hurt me, and it will help him calculate the best approach for defeating Cosmikara.
Let me make sure I got a phylactery on me.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be unsettling. Trying to adequately explain this. His hand will grab at the back of your neck, kind of like a person would pick up a cat. And that you just hear, and then very quickly the needle just goes into the back of your head, and you feel a pinch, and like it's unsettling, it hurts, and for a moment you, I would say, lose vision for a second, and then once the needle is removed, your vision returns. And the hand lets go of you as you just kind of like your feet just like drop down. But it looked very violent to anyone that was watching this.
Sample extracted. Thank you, Assistant Headmaster.
Tremor would check.
Of course.
Duckazon's okay.
Oh yeah, she's bleeding a bit from her back of her head.
He'll take out a blood-stained handkerchief and give it to her.
Ugh.
I'm all right.
This is most vital. With this, I will be able to analyze more of the arcana, of the ability of casting arcana. All that is remaining for my arcana mastery to be complete is the blood of a sorcerer.
Can you use dead brains?
Processing.
What a dead brain even.
It would have to be from living matter. That is where the power flows. If someone is dead, they would be irrelevant. No power.
What would the power of blood be?
The power of blood from a sorcerer would allow me a complete mastery of arcana magic.
Are there any sorcerers in the goblins?
I wouldn't call them anything, really.
I believe the
Goblins,
crew
I guess.
of the Misdemeanor have a couple of sorcerers. Perhaps I may be able to inquire from them the next time they come to see me.
Maybe leave the inquiry to us.
Irrelevant, but understandable.
What? What did you just say? Tremor's like squaring up.
I'm the headmaster of the school. A question will be posed. If they agree, so be it, and if they don't, the choice will be up to them.
You could learn to work with us, not for us. For greater success.
I will take that into consideration.
Before we lost Levin, we were researching various ways to adjust Cosmakar or react to him differently in combat. We were about to look into his telegraphed attacks to better project where his attacks would land.
Correct.
Is this still relevant?
It can be. I understand how Levin wanted to approach this. I have all the data analyzed. I will inquire that the Cathosian warriors take care of this, since the creature that Levin mentioned came from Cathos. That, from what I analyzing, is being eaten away by the deceased Void from the entity known as Void. If they wish to return back to Cathos, this would be the most effective matter.
Do you not have powers of transportation?
Sorry.
I could, with the blood of a sorcerer.
I'll tell you why what I mean by that after the session.
Understood.
Sounds like we need to speak to the pirates.
Understood.
Would you share more details of this cave? How we reach it? Or would we need transport?
I will bring someone with a log. One of my monotrons will visit you shortly in your room.
Understood. Tremor will remember Zahani's there. Zahani, any
Yes.
questions for the new headmaster?
Yes, but I don't know if he would answer me.
Tremor shoves you in front of him.
Hello.
Greetings, Zahani.
I have a question about you.
You may speak.
Can you shoot fire?
Processing. I may have the ability to do so. My monodrones have the ability to do so.
Okay, that is all. Thank you. I'm going to go back to Gideon.
Yeah, Gideon's left
That
the
was
room.
really cool.
Yeah, Gideon left the room.
He's
Yeah,
not right there.
Yeah, Gideon, where do you go? Do you just like, where are you heading?
I would have just gone to the lobby and sat down.
Okay. Yeah, so at that point, Zahani would also do the same.
I need to go find him, since he's the one who told me about
Eyeball
finding a
talking
robot.
to them.
No, he's just, the eyeball, funny enough, is kind of like leaning backwards and forwards as if it's trying to whistle a tune, as it's trying to be nonchalant, but it's doing it like, this is what nonchalant people do, so it's very awkward and clumsy.
Cute.
Yeah.
Tremor would look to Duckazan. I believe that's it for now. Anything else?
I suppose not. Thought maybe we would look into the other statistics of Cosmokara that we were thinking of checking on down the line, but
I am still getting acclimated with everything that Levin has left behind.
it seems as if this cave is the most logical next step according to its calculations.
We should schedule a war meeting once it's fully settled in, and he'll look around. What's with the renovations, by the way?
I need all the processing power possible, so that I may better be suited to face off against Cosmokara and to defend against the Academy.
How does this aid you in processing?
The more processing power that I have in unison with my own abilities allows me to be more effective in the assimilation and construction of battle strategies against Cosmokara. In addition, from my understanding, we have just suffered an attack from an unknown foe. Once I have an understanding of what that foe is, I will be better able to counter that threat.
Tremor would look to Al to see if he would feel comfortable speaking up about this or not. You wouldn't pressure him yet.
I think he's just kind of quietly contemplating the moment.
We'll leave you to it then.
Al, are you leaving as well?
And you look at him and then say,
Why? What have you been programmed? What's your motive overall after Cosmokara?
The protection of this academy at any cost.
At any cost.
That is correct.
If Tremor was dying or died at the cost of yourself, you could revert time and bring him back, would you? Hypothetically, if you were capable of doing so.
I'm trying to figure out the words.
okay.
Yeah.
Time control is theoretical. There has been no recorded instance of time magic being capable of such a thing. Hypothetically, if I were to choose the integrity of the academy over the life of an individual, I choose the academy.
All right. Welcome, Vast. Be seeing you.
A silent response.
Dude, if he responded with welcome first, I would have gotten chills.
I thought about it.
Robot.
I thought about it, and then I
thought
was
you did.
like, nah, he wouldn't say anything. So, so a week will pass. This will be the end of today's session. But a couple events have happened.
Wait, really quick. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, please.
The only thing that I would want to do, we don't have to play it out, but I would definitely want to rally up any wizards in the school to kind of guard the area where the school came in.
Okay.
To kind of take shifts, because we could just dispel the portals as they come if there is any instance of that happening again.
So yeah, I think you would be able to do that pretty quickly at the beginning of the if you were like leaving the lobby and getting some wizards around to let them know, because there's you already know that there's rumors spreading of Levin's disappearance. Everyone's like been some faculty's been like frantically looking for Levin, and then there's been rumors that's been going around that's like,
and there's robots everywhere all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, and there's little robots that you're walking around, and they're just like walking around going,
hello, how's it going? Hi, we're here to take care of the school.
And then it literally everyone's just like, what the fuck is that? So yeah, things are moving really quickly. So there's already rumors being spread. So yeah, absolutely, you would be able to do that. So during the week, I think what we're gonna do is during the week, let me know what you guys would be doing. But meanwhile, I will let you know what has been happening during the week, or I guess mainly during the day. Over in the southwest quarter of the academy, a fire broke out, and it has been quickly cleared out. If you were to speak with the Inevitable at all, you will discover that the source of the fire were the goblins that were invited by Levin to assist in the fight against Cosmikara. But now the goblins have vanished, and currently the Inevitable is trying to find out where the goblins are and where they have gone to. It has assessed that it has gone in the direction of Cosmikara.
Oh, that the goblins have gone that direction?
Yes.
And it shared that information?
Yes. It would share that information.
Oh, boy.
But it doesn't know the aftermath of that and is still trying to assess that. Because after that, it just goes blank. The fate of the goblins at this point are unknown, except that they have gone north to Cosmikara. So that's revealed during this week. Another big thing is you will find out literally this day that the Inevitable was successful of getting the blood of 2 sorcerers and now has the ability of teleportation magic.
Great.
Oh, shit.
That's why
That's why I laughed, because literally they came and it said, give me your blood. And they were like, okay. So reluctantly. But yes, the Inevitable now has the brain matter of a wizard and the blood of a sorcerer. So it has gained the ability of arcane magic. And more disturbing, I don't know if this is the most disturbing or not. Gideon, you would come discover that there has been a chronal shift in the astral veil from the cosmic event that has happened with the reversal of time. And time is slowly, how time passes on the veil is slowly shifting. So now, as of this moment, instead of every 1 day spent, or every 12 days spent in the astral is 1 day in Io, it is now every 8 days spent in the astral is 1 day of Io.
So it's speeding up?
Yes.
That's not good.
Crap.
And that is that's the news of the Veiled. So that is the
just
end.
real quick.
Yes.
As a reaction to the Goblin news, Tremor would, as soon as the news reached him, depending on how soon after the event happened,
yes,
he would have put on mage armor and gone right to the wing, preparing to kill them all immediately.
Like the moment that news broke out?
The moment the news broke out to him, I think he would have gone hunting for them. And then on not finding them, I think he would interrogate any witnesses, either students or robots that were around to understand exactly what happened that caused the fire.
Yeah. So, just to really recap, no one seemed to have witnessed the goblins leaving. What was left in the wake, though, were 3. Oh yeah, the wreckage of 2 mono drones that have been destroyed, smashed it looks like. One was thrown in the fireplace, while the entire room is just scorched and caught on fire. And I
Tremor would take the remains of the non-scorched ones and try to access their memories.
Okay.
He's a necromancer. This is what he does.
Yep. Sounds good. I'll go ahead and make a note of that. And then meanwhile, yeah, if you guys want to let me know throughout the week this week what you guys are gonna be doing for the week, we'll go from there. But until then, that is today's session of the Astral Academy.
Huzzah!
So that was yeah. Good job, guys. That was a really good episode.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm liking this direction.
It's it's been a week of me being like, what's going? Oh fuck! Oh no! And then I was like, all right, we're kind of getting back on the rails. And then goblins yesterday, and I was like, oh no! So it's good though. It's going in a really good direction. Do you guys have time for? I know we're 5 minutes over. Do you guys have time for a little bit of fan art, or does anyone have to be somewhere?
Yeah.
I'll sneak a peek.
Yes, please.
Let's go ahead and get that going. Music in the, well, not happy, but not spooky, angry. Oh God, we're stuck. Oh no. But yeah, that was a good session. You guys did really good. That was.
Yeah, it was great. Everyone did great. Brett, you did great.
Everyone did wonderful. Thank you. Checking out that fan art. There's a couple of fan arts I want. Oh my God. Okay, cool. Some of this fan art is so good.
Save your laughs.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. My apologies. This is adequate. My biggest fear is I leave one of the voice mods on and I just start speaking like a robot and then nobody says anything. And it's like tee hee hee. Hee 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 hee. Let me go ahead and open this. There were also a couple of pieces that were made from last week's episode that were very emotional. Trying to make sure.
Tremor's gonna hunt him some goblins.
Yeah.
He is pissed, dude. He is so pissed at Levin. Like,
Yeah.
because he was like, "This is not a good idea to bring the goblins." And Levin's like, "They might surprise you," and then
They absolutely did not.
Yeah.
They surprised you in the wrong way. I have to go up because there were a couple of pieces from last week that I do want to share with everybody that were emotional. Emotional scenes from what happened last week. They surprised all of us. They like 40% surprised me. All right, so here we go. Here's the fan art that we have today. Boom. I like this picture of just. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so on the screen there, I've got Trevor.
Why does he look like that?
He's holding. I love it though. Do you know what
He's
these
like
are?
80.
Voodoo doll.
I love it.
That's the dead goblin in the corner.
Yeah. It's the souls of Ellie. It looks like the soul of Ellie, and then also the dead goblin in the background. I also like Al's face there.
Yeah, the definition on his.
Yes.
That's so good.
Does Tremor wear glasses, by the way?
No.
Oh.
I swear he's always Tremor glasses.
Yeah. Foul creature. Let me see. Yeah, and it looks like we've got some cool art over here against the space baby. So we got that going.
Oh my God.
What fight was that from?
I see Space Baby over there, so and then it goes from there, so that's pretty good. We've got Space Baby has been notified that shit's going on.
I like that.
Yeah. We've got Owl art over here from Pleasant.
Ooh.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. We've
Owl's
got
taller there than I
The new
imagined.
campaign. Can't wait. Oh, it's a whole comic.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let's all team up and defeat Cosmicara. Sounds fun. LOL. Pay me. It's like literally all of the campaigns. We can screw that old man. You know what we want. Role play. I'm sure it will all work out if we just have fun anyway. Is that a quarter? GM, I don't think I updated my character sheet in the last 3 rounds of combat, +5 to share stats, and like just everyone together. This is just what everything's gonna be. Since the space baby skin is too tough to pierce, perhaps I could do more damage by crawling into its ear canal. This is literally what Underio did against like 3 of them started crawling in crevices of the space of the image.
They're more fucked up than we are.
Yeah, maybe if you all did forget to use your free skate ability at Cosmo, we would be better. And this is literally what everybody at the same time is doing. It's there's people who's like everyone's forgetting to use the free scan ability, and then there's this. Screw you, Space Dad. You never loved me. And you're in a Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
Nice.
Levin. This is so much, dude.
Oh, that's me. I didn't even realize that was
That's you. Yeah, that's you. And then we've got Clint here. Levin, we need to renegotiate our agreement again. Justice, I hate humans. Don't trust it. And just Levin just losing his mind.
Yeah, he willingly went out. He was like, fuck this.
I'm out. Peace. Fuck this shit. That's what you find out. I died because I really just couldn't stand all of you anymore. Oh my God. That's a lot, but this is really good. I absolutely love it. We have Hamster Owl.
Oh
my God.
Oh, this is the best. That is the best.
Like a hamster.
Literally Hamtaro. Like literally from Hamtaro. That's amazing.
And then I personally want to thank everyone that does the fan art. But last week, some people made some really emotional art of the scene with Levin and Gideon bringing back everybody. This one.
Oh my
So
God.
intense.
That's really cool.
So
Man.
good.
I like the clocks and stuff. It's really cool.
Well, you can also see everyone fighting in the background as well. The silhouettes of everybody. Yeah, the detail in this is so good. And this was all made like the day after that session, so I was just an emotional wreck because I was like, this is so good.
Oh my God.
And then there's this one, the final act of Levin giving himself over to Gideon, the also very good just quality drawn
super
there.
Good.
Simba.
Yeah, it's very Rafiki and Simp. Yes, that's literally it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So that is all of our fan art between there. So thank you guys so much for the fan art, and thank you guys for being wonderful players. Like I said, this was a great session 5. And things are moving along, so there's gonna be some more information for you guys. There's gonna be some more. Yeah, there's gonna be some more information next week, as now the inevitable is on your side. It will be able to process things in very certain terms, including, when this fight will take place, and if there's any more information about the goblins. But we will have to roleplay that for next week. So
Sweet.
Yep. So guys, thank you again.
Sounds good.
Y'all are
Thank you,
wonderful.
Brett.
Thank you.
Have yourselves a good night.
Thank you, friends.
Thank you.